Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to MJC Sports YouTube channel. Max, how you doing tonight, my brother?
I'm doing good one. It was a bye week for me, so I feel like I should have had the week off, but it's cool. But how are you? How was your weekend? How was your
I guess
Sunday?
I
Tell me
guess I
all
had a
about it.
bye week last week too. I didn't get the week off, so looks like we both have to work on our bye weeks. I wish the Raiders had a bye week. Um,
Oh, come on. You're not like a little like happy with your performance.
no, it's same shit. It's same shit, different toilet. I mean, same thing, bro. Come on. I mean, Gino throws a pick.
Come on.
Come
Come
on.
on.
Is
So Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is back.
I'm saying like come on. You can get excited about that.
Did we not know this though already? Come on,
I mean, it
it
was nice though. It was nice.
was I
It
traded
was
him in
nice.
fantasy. That was part of the reason why that made it so sour.
Ugh.
I traded him for Tyler Warren though, so not bad.
Way to cut bait with your own player.
I had to. I needed guys that can play right now. That's life of fantasy.
What did Brock do? He didn't play?
No, I mean he was hurt. He was hurt for like 4 weeks.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I needed.
All right.
Points.
So on this blessed Sunday, where would you like to start with one? I feel like this was a bounce back week from last week. We were like, all right, we're gonna try to
Right.
cherry pick some topics, and we have a lot to talk about this week.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Let's start off with Sunday night. Usually we don't start off with Sunday night, but I only think it's right because of what happened at the end of the game. So the Seahawks are 6-2, 38-14. The big storyline, Jaden Daniels, gruesome injury to his left arm. It looked pretty bad. He's going to miss multiple weeks, if not the whole season.
Yeah. I mean, why was he in? Would be my question.
I mean, look, they're competing. You can easily say, why was he in? This is so stupid. But players want to play. Coaches want to fucking win. They want to stay competitive.
That game was over.
Yeah,
Like
in hindsight, you want to take him out. Yeah, you should have
no, I
probably
mean,
taken him out.
not in hindsight. Even in the moment, though, were you not thinking to yourself, why is he out there right now?
Yeah, I mean, the guy hasn't played football consistently like the whole season. I mean, look, it was dumb. It was dumb. You shouldn't have kept him in, but shit happens. You're not expecting
Yeah,
him
no,
to
I
break his arm, but I
We
mean,
saw his left arm. Left
Yeah.
arm's way better than right arm.
yeah. But look, the Commanders are done. We were kind of saying
Yeah.
it last week. This team, I think what sticks out to me is the defense, Max. And I want to say you called this in the offseason. This was one of I want to say this was one of the things that you brought up when you're like, hey, like their defense played really good last year,
Yeah.
And
the magic of Dan Quinn, it kind of it's not always there that second year. You know what I mean? Like we've seen this before. We saw like in Atlanta, they had some really good years, and then it just kind of, the climb just started going down. I would say the same exact thing about Cliff Kingsbury on the offensive side of the ball.
I'm
It
gonna
looked
push back a
really
little bit.
good to start.
I'm
No, I
gonna-
mean, no. Let me finish. Don't interrupt me, Karen. We saw this in Arizona with Cliff Kingsbury won, and I mean, I don't know how you can push back. This is exactly what happened. It started off hot, but what happened? It kind of got stale. And I'm not saying it's all on Cliff Kingsbury. I know they've had a lot of injuries. Injuries really played a huge part in this year. And I'm just going to finish with this. I don't think there's been a quarterback who had a more fantastic start, like who had a better rookie year than to nightmare sophomore year than Jaden Daniels. Not all his fault, I'd like to add. Like
he
didn't
played
do
for
enough to help
Washington. It's
him.
probably RG3. Similar.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there you go. There you go. The curse. I mean, I don't want that to happen to Jaden Daniels, even though I'm an Eagle fan. I don't want to see a guy who, again, I still think very highly of Jaden Daniels. I'm not saying, oh, this was, his career's over. It's a left arm injury. I don't think this is really going to take a big toll on him. But this year, it's chalk. It's time to go back to the drawing board. The young guys need to play. You're out of the division, in my opinion. You're not winning a wild card.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, I would just say this. I push back a little bit on Cliff Kingsbury just because a lot of the injuries, a lot of the circumstances, they barely had Jaden Daniels for most of the year. Terry McLaurin's been hurt most of the year. Debo Samuel has missed some games. Austin Eckler is done for the year. And
I
so,
can't believe you brought him up, but okay, continue.
I mean,
I didn't think I'd ever hear.
Was Austin Eckler not a big part of their offense going
In
into the
his
season?
heyday, you couldn't sing him praise, but now that he's hurt, and I know I agree with you. I'm just saying from you.
Yeah,
I
but
what I think they messed up on one was they took a swing at trying to really get this O line fixed. Did bad swings,
yeah.
very
And
bad swings.
I think an underrated move too, that goes under the radar that they shouldn't have done, trading away Brian Robinson Jr. I think he brought an element to this team that brought like that hard nose running the ball like type of change of pace guy, and I think he would have been very helpful in this year just because of all the injuries included. But like I'm not gonna pin it all on one move. It's the year from hell. They're old. They're the oldest defense in the league. That's
Yeah,
the fact of the matter.
I mean,
And
can I name some of the names off the list for you, just for the audience who might
yeah,
not know?
yeah.
Deron Payne, he's no spring chicken. Javon Kinlaw, he's a little bit of the younger side. Preston Smith, he's been around a long time. Von Miller, Bobby Wagner, Marshawn Lattimore. I wouldn't say he's a spring chicken one, would you?
No, he's a veteran. It's all veterans.
Yeah. Darnell Savage, Jeremy Reeves. These are guys who have kind of, they're not just first and like Mikey Sainterstill. He's a second year guy. Like he's going to be there the next few years.
Yeah.
But I will have to say this: Marshawn Lattimore was just like, I understand why they did it. I applauded them for doing it. It didn't work.
Yeah,
He has not been good in Washington.
Yeah.
And I mean, Bobby Wagner's still good, but let's not pin the hopes of your defense on a 37-year-old All-Pro linebacker who's still very good.
So I want to say
They
this.
definitely need some young guys.
So I want to say this. This year is a loss, like I said in the beginning. Number two, don't panic on Jaden Daniels. Anyone that's out there saying that Jaden Daniels is a fluke of last year, I think even in this blowout, you still seen some of the things that Jaden Daniels is able to do. You need to go back to the drawing board, like Max said. And what I would say is you got to get younger. Okay, obviously, Max just named off all those names. A lot of veterans, a lot of older guys. Bobby Wagner. It was a nice story last year. All Pro, Hall of Fame type of guy. You got to get younger though. You have to. You can't depend on guys like Von Miller and Bobby Wagner. And it's gonna really see. You're gonna really see like if they can draft. They drafted a guy in Jaden Daniels, home run, biggest home run that you can hit. But you got to hit some of these defensive guys. You got to. And
Johnny Newton was not
exactly.
the hit. I mean, especially from your side. And I'm not trying to throw you under the bus right here, even though I normally am. I like the pick too. It hasn't worked out. And I thought maybe big things were in store for him when they cut Jonathan Allen. No,
right. No. So look, throw in the towel for this year. Jaden Daniels is hurt. You roll with Marcus Mariota. You try to salvage the year.
See, how long till he's hurt? I give him like a week,
right? And then they got Debo too, so they're gonna probably cut Debo after this year. So that experiment,
it was a fun 1 year, experience. One on the other side of this game, we had the Seahawks, who I think I texted you during the game. I was like, wow, we might have the Sam Darnold discussion. But what I really think we need to have a discussion about is the NFC West as a whole. So I think we should talk about Seattle for a second, and then we shift towards the NFC West because I don't know who's winning this division. I really don't. I don't think any team has a hold on it. What did you see today from the Seattle Seahawks that really left an impression on you? For me, Sam Darnold continues to ball out, and that defensive line is just kicking butt, really.
Yeah. First of all, I want to applaud the young son guy on that defense. I felt like he got a lot of shine tonight. One of my personal favorites way back in the day. Leonard Williams. All of a sudden, he's a freaking veteran in the NFL. That's how old me and Max are. But
like watching him at USC, bro.
Right? Yeah, big cat, man. Big cat coming. Big cat coming out of USC, and all of a sudden, he's a veteran on the Seattle Seahawks, and He really does set the tone for that defense. Like you would think it would be Witherspoon or one of the linebackers. I truly believe it's Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams is the guy that makes the engine run over there in Seattle, and they're flying around on defense. McDonald got those guys playing really good football right now.
Yeah.
Eman Wari, I know it's not over yet. Me and Max were big criticisms of him.
My
He looked pretty good.
Dude, he will be maybe not as good as Kyle Hamilton, but for the role in their defense, I don't know if there's another guy I would want to play the Kyle Hamilton role than Nicky Manworthy right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is where we talk about, though. We might not love the player, but then when he gets drafted, and this goes for more second and third round guys, you would agree with me, I would assume.
Yes, yeah.
Then the first round, when you're like, damn, Mike McDaniel got him. Damn, like that, I can see what the vision is. This guy has a plan. He's like, hey, you're our Kyle Hamilton. You're this big, rangy effer who can tackle and play around the ball. And it's like, God dang it. Like, really good pick. Really good pick. I just wanted to highlight that, but please continue.
No, he fits perfectly. So this defense is a top 5 defense. Their offense somehow works. It's weird. It's a little quirky. Tonight it was on full display without Cooper Kupp, like the rookie Torrey Holton, the guy that you loved coming out.
Yes.
Had a big day. AJ
out.
Barner, very underrated tight end. And then, of course, they got the big dog in JSN, who's having an amazing career year, showing that potential that he showed coming out of Ohio State. And Sam Darnold is the perfect man for the job. He really is. He is. I'm going to say this. Max texted me and said, we need to have a discussion about Sam Darnold. Were we wrong? Definitely wrong in this sense. Sam Darnold is here to stay. He is a competent quarterback. He is a good quarterback in the NFL. To say that he is a top 5, an elite guy, a carrier, no, absolutely not. He's in a great situation. He's the perfect man for the job. And I would say this, he's flirting with that game manager plus range. That's the way I see him. And I'm going to say this. Seattle did the right thing. You got to applaud them. They got rid of Geno Smith. A lot of people thought that Geno Smith was a great quarterback, very accurate. They said, why are you paying a guy in Sam Darnold and you trade a guy to like Geno Smith? It looks like Seattle knew what they were doing and they got the right guy in there.
I want to say I said something along the lines of, I don't know what Sam Darnold is going to do for your team that Geno Smith can't. And I just want to say I was very much wrong. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I guess he's the Justin Jefferson he's Sam Darnold's version of Justin Jefferson. Certainly could fool me. One, I don't think we're going to see are we ever going to see the best receiver in football be 6'4" again and just an athletic freak, or is it just going to be these 6'1" guys who just run every route at full speed and just are really explosive athletes? Because Jackson Smith and Jigba, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, they're not overly big dudes. I wouldn't call them freaks of nature, but they're just so talented in space and running routes. And Jackson Smith and Jigba is making a case for, I'm the best receiver in football this year. From a statistic point, I don't think you can argue it, right?
He is.
I don't know what the exact numbers are.
He's playing the best. He's the best receiver in the league right now. This year, he's the best receiver in the league. I'll give him that. Do I truly feel like that as far as a talent point? Let's throw Jamar Chase in this offense. Let's throw Justin Jefferson in this offense. Do they do similar things, if not better? 1,000%. But JSN this year, taking full advantage of the opportunity that he was given. A lot of shit talking was going on. They got rid of Lockett. They got rid of DK Metcalf. Oh, is this the guy? Me and Max were even saying it.
Really smart move, though.
Yeah,
back.
They seen it. And me and Max were kind of hesitant because we're like, man, we wish we would have seen a bigger sample size of him because it was really only a half a year that we seen it.
It was a slot. It was a lot of slot merchant stuff. And now it's just I win from anywhere, and it's just ridiculous. So
100%.
Seattle moves to 6-2, right? They're 6-2 right now.
Yeah.
Are you picking them at the halfway point to win this division?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna go with the Rams. I'm gonna venture off into them since we're gonna talk about the NFC West. This is my winner right here. They beat the shit out of the Saints today. They handle business. Honestly, looking at this game, Max, If you guys haven't checked out Max's MVP video, go ahead and check that out. He dropped it. He dropped 6 candidates. I can name one candidate that you missed. And honestly, I blame myself for not even mentioning him. And I know,
Matthew Stafford.
yeah, we probably should have mentioned Matthew Stafford in there because he's definitely an MVP candidate. And he's gone 2 consecutive games already. 4 touchdown passes, I believe, today.
Yeah, I mean this game was over like in the end of the first quarter. It was so bad. The Rams really just took their foot off and were like, all right, we got it. Like, let's just take it easy. The whole second half. And the Rams are what? They're 6-2 as well. So I mean, we're gonna come down to the wire because I think San Francisco's what, 5-3, 6-3?
They play San Francisco next. That's their next game.
Yeah.
So their only 2 losses are San Francisco and that crazy game in Philly with the blocked field goal.
And again, both those games, they should have won.
Yeah.
Like they were in a position to win the game. Kyron Williams doesn't fumble at the 1-yard line. You know, we're talking about they're 8-0. They're the talk of the NFL, not the Colts, who kind of got surprised this weekend. But staying in the NFC West, do you have anything else on the Rams?
No, the Rams are a Super Bowl contender, and I'm picking them to win the NFC West. That's how good they look. Matthew Stafford looks absolutely amazing.
Well, how about
Devontae
this?
Adams.
Give me the percentages of how you think this division. Okay, so 0% for the Cardinals.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah.
Okay.
I would go
1,000%, 0% for the Cardinals.
Yeah. I would go Rams 70%.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how confident I am. I think the Rams are really good. And I think a lot of people don't talk about their defense enough. I think their defense is really good too. I think they got a top 5 defensive line in the NFL. Nobody talks about.
Oh, they destroyed today.
They get after it. They get after it every single week. And I really like their corners. I think their corners, like Emmanuel Forbes, once upon a time a bust in Washington, working out great.
And got him out of the tire fire of Washington.
Yeah. So look, 70%. That's how confident I am. Okay. I would go 20% with Seattle, and I would go the other 10 with San Francisco because of all the injuries. They just lost Michael Williams today. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. I just don't think they're gonna win the division.
I just want to say this as a guy who wrote off the Niners. I'm going to stick with 0% just because I kind of I'm here right now and I'm not leaving the island. Arizona 0%. Oh, how about this? Okay, 0% for the Cardinals, 5% for the Niners. I would say 60-40. I mean, I guess 55-35 then for the Seahawks. I would favor the Rams still. I don't think the Seahawks can be taken lightly. I don't think this is going to be like, they're going to win it, obviously. No, this is going to be a dogfight in my head.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see both of those teams face off because I don't think they've played each other this year, have they?
No, I don't think they have. No, I'm going to look up their schedule right now.
So the Rams play them in 2 weeks. Oh, my God, this is a stretch. So the Rams play Frisco, Seattle, and Tampa Bay. Top 3 NFC teams. It's going to be a bloodbath. So we're going to see what the Rams are all about. I think the NFC is going to work itself out these next 3 weeks as far as Tampa Bay, Frisco, Seahawks, Rams, all those teams. Because as of right now, I'm really confident in the Rams just because of the quarterback play. You know how I feel about Matthew Stafford. I know how you feel about Matthew Stafford. And he's playing like...
Well, I don't know. Brock Purdy. I mean, Mac Jones is just... tugging along, doing his thing.
Well, let's talk about the Niners. They
makes me think
Giants.
Why give Brock Purdy $50 million and you got Mac Jones looking just the same.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this. I would take their win with a grain of salt. You know, kudos to them. They won today. You know, they handle business, but it's the Giants. At the end of the day, they're very shorthanded. I think they're still shell shocked with that whole Cam Scatterboot thing. With all honesty, the Malik Neighbors injury still exists, so they don't have their receivers. Jackson Dart, on the other hand, I just want to say this. Jackson Dart is still really good. I'm just going to put that out there. I think he's the guy still.
Yeah, I guess MetLife Field claimed another one of Michael Williams today. So another, I don't see how the Niners are going to withstand this. You lost your 2 top defensive linemen. You lost the leader of the heart and soul of your defense, the middle linebacker, quarterback, Still don't have I guess Brandon Ayuk's coming back at some point. I believe they said in week 1 he'll be back around this time next year. I mean, this year, excuse me. I guess help's on the way, but I just don't see a way this defense can really, like, I feel like they're just playing off, like, we're going to get it done. Like, we're just going to keep going and thriving. But, I mean, they gave 24 points today to the Giants, and the Giants left points on the board. So, again, I don't see how the defense can just survive this. Like, this is just another thing. Like I talked about in my video, it's like,
Yeah.
you have no, like, you just keep slicing off. Like imagine you have a sandwich, right? And you have all these ingredients. Say Fred Warner was the pickles. All right, we got no pickles. Hey, Nick Bosa was the lettuce. Oh, no lettuce. Michael Williams was the meat. No more meat. It's like you just keep taking off pieces of the sandwich. You're like, what are you going to be left with at some point? And those pieces it's not like, hey, in 2 weeks we can add that back. It's like, no, they're gone. They're gone until next year.
I'm going to say this about the Niners. Luckily, the trade deadline still exists, and I want to take the conversation here. Do you think it's worth it to make a big time deal if you're the Niners sitting where you sit? Let's say there is a deal on the table where Trey Hendrickson.
Define big time deal. I mean, if you trade for Trey Hendrickson, if you give up like a third or fourth, I don't call that
okay.
A big deal.
Second round pick or more. Do you do it?
No, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think your window's there. Like if they're healthy, I would maybe do it and be like, yo, let's push this bitch over the top.
Now I'm gonna say this. If you look, they're 6-3 right now.
Yes.
Say they lose to the Rams. They're 6-4. They play the Cardinals. They play Carolina. They play Cleveland. They play Tennessee. They play the Bears in that stint. Like, I find it hard to believe that this team is not going to win 10 games. I'm going to put it that way. I find it very hard, especially if they got Christian. I know Christian McCaffrey's like running like a wild man right now, and like he's just freaking.
He's their do it all
indestructible.
Yeah.
But I mean, if he stays healthy, which the only thing that I can assume right now because he is healthy, they're gonna win 10 games.
I would think so. I just don't think I have a hard time believing in this team to win a Super Bowl with all the injuries they've suffered.
Definitely not win a Super Bowl. I wouldn't go that far.
And that's where I would think like Trey Hendrickson, just keep the draft capital. If you don't believe this team, if you're like, damn, like I know anything could happen. I know the Eagles won a Super Bowl without Carson Wentz, but it was a pretty healthy team. We didn't have 8 people who were making all this money injured.
You know, there was a team once upon a time that did win a Super Bowl with as many injuries as the Niners. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers' first year winning the Super Bowl. They had a lot of guys on injured reserve.
They did, but I don't. Maybe I need to brush on my history. I don't recall being as many key players. Like remember, they still had Clay Matthews, who was their best defensive player, and they had Charles Woodson. I know he got knocked out during the game, but he was still there.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Look, the Niners lose another guy, like you said, regardless, and I think they're gonna be between a rock and a hard place because
that's what I agree. That's a great place. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, because they're like, we want to compete. We keep on winning, and it's like, do we do a trade? A trade is on the table. We want to be aggressive. Do we just kind of throw in the towel? Like it's hard, man. It's really, really hard. Because you kind of got to look at it like this. If you throw in the towel, you're kind of wasting a great year from McCaffrey, like a prime year from CMC.
Great year from Mac Jones. Great year from
yeah. But shout out to the Niners. Look, the Niners keep on winning. It's going to be a hell of a game next week between the Rams and the Niners. So we'll see how that goes. Let's talk about another big storyline. Let's go Colts and Steelers. The Colts go down. They're 7-2 now, 20-27. Finally, we get the game from Daniel Jones. This is what happens when you make Daniel Jones throw the ball 50 times in a game. 3 interceptions, had a pair of fumbles in there. With all things considered, I'm going to say this. It didn't look like Danny Dimes back in New York. I think it was just tough sledding. I think TJ Watt came to play today. The Steelers did some Steeler things, like muff punts and shit were happening, like playing in Heinz Field and, just things going the Steelers' way.
Or whatever
it's called now. But do you still trust the Colts after this? Because a lot of people are going to be talking about that.
I do. The fact that they made this game as close as they did for as bad as they play just shows how good of a team they are to me. I want to say this: a couple of those interceptions, we got to give him a little grace. He was like forcing the issue, especially that third one. He was like, "Yo, we're down by like 7 with like 10 seconds to go," or it was something. The game was kind of out of reach, but he was like, "We got to make a play." The fumbles, like that's just TJ Watt being a great player. So I'm not ready to punt on the Colts. I think this is like a good loss for. If I'm a Colts fan, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad we got humbled. We need to make sure we iron out these little details now. If I'm a Steeler fan, it's a really big win and hopefully a sign for bigger things to come because they still have I would still say the Steelers have the division in a chokehold as of right now. I don't trust Baltimore. I don't look. How can you trust the Bengals after today? The Browns are still browning it up. It's a good one for the Steelers one. I'm not going to overreact to one, not even a piss poor. If it was 27-3, I'd feel a different type of way. It was not a piss poor showing. It was just made mistakes, and it happens.
I'm going to say this. I'm not ready to punt on the Colts and calling them a bad team, a fluke. I still think they have a really good team on their hands. But I do think they're going to have some big tests coming along in the next few weeks. They play Atlanta next week, which not so much of a tough game depending how you look at it.
What team will they get, though? What Atlanta team will it be?
Exactly. Then they play the Chiefs. Then they play the Texans. They still have to play the Texans twice. They still got the Niners. And they still got to play Seattle. So,
and they got Jacksonville. They got Jacksonville twice too. They got four division games.
They got a lot of division games. So I think we're really gonna see what the Colts are all about. A lot of their stats are inflated, and they had 2 really big blowout wins against the Raiders. Titans were in there twice. Dolphins were in there. So I still like the Colts as far as them being a really good team. But as far as being that Super Bowl contender, to really see what they're made of, you got to win at least 2 of these big games. Like I'm expecting them to beat Houston and Seattle at least once. That's the way I look at it.
And they still have their bye week coming up, so they could still like recover a little bit. And after their bye, they play the Chiefs. And the Chiefs might be really desperate when that comes around.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else on the Colts, Max?
No, I think we should get the elephant out of the room. That is the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, because
let's do it.
I can't believe we made this far.
Well, 21-28. That's because we're not ESPN. That's part of it.
Not yet.
Mahomes and Allen. Another. I wouldn't say classic. I would just say very entertaining game. Patrick Mahomes haunts Josh Allen at this point as far as the power that he possesses, because that game was just never over.
How excited can you be? You're like, oh, we beat them in the regular season.
Right.
This is similar to Colts fans probably beating the Patriots like week 6 in Indianapolis. You're like, just sorrier. Then you go to Foxborough and get like your asshole clapped.
Yeah. But a big win.
Did you see anything like what's your big takeaway other than it was an entertaining game? I will say this. Buffalo lost the dude today, Michael Hoyt, who played his ass off. That guy would have been helpful down the road.
Yeah. I'm going to say this.
Look, as a big needle mover game for the Bills, do you? You're not like, okay.
But a game that was much needed. This game meant more for the Bills than it did for the Chiefs. And I'm going to tell you this, because if you lose to them again, it's like, put the record aside. I think it does something mentally. As far as
I could see that.
Yeah,
I could see that. And also you have to factor this in too. They're a game behind the Patriots. They can't afford to get. I know they're going to play one more time this year, but you can't go into that game like, oh, they have a 3-game lead. They have to keep pace with the Patriots, who again won today in a really tough game against Atlanta. So I think it's a good win for the Bills. If I'm a Bills fan, if I'm like, hey guys, we've done this before,
right? Yeah, but. As far as the Chiefs go, it's just tough because the Broncos keep on winning. The Chargers keep on winning. So they're going to be a wild card. They're not going to have home field advantage. I don't see that. They're going to definitely be a wild card. I'm not worried about them to the point where I'm like, the Chiefs are out of it. No, I think the Bills came out to play. McDermott always has a really good plan for Mahomes in the regular season every single time.
Thank you for that caveat. Really quick one for the Chiefs. It's bye week right now.
Yeah.
It's Denver, Indianapolis, Dallas, Houston, Chargers. You get a week off with the Tennessee Titans. Then you get Denver. Why the hell would they schedule the Raiders for the last game of the year? Like the Raiders were going to be in this thing. No offense.
Well, it has to be a divisional game. So,
but put that Denver game there or something.
Yeah. Well, they did that last year, and it didn't really mean anything. Carson Wentz played.
Oh, they're playing Denver on Christmas.
There you go.
Interesting.
The Chiefs always get screwed in the schedule, honestly. They throw them everywhere.
I know. We got to get them on TV time as much as we can. I have a question. Do you want to go in like the AFC East side of things, or do you want to stay in the AFC West? Because you talked about the Chiefs having a tough road. I agree with you. I don't see a really path for them to win this division unless it's a collapse by the Broncos and Chargers, which Chargers could collapse. I will give them that.
Yeah.
I know my Chargers. They escaped today. They escaped Tennessee with a dub. So which direction you want to go? You want to go east or west?
Let's go west, but I don't like the Chargers won today. They had a little scare with Tennessee, typical shit on the road, bad team. They handle business though. Shout out to the Chargers as far as handling business.
He's out again.
He is out.
Another high ankle sprain. Yeah. So
that's something to look.
If they're having tryouts, I could be a tackle.
You would give your fucking leg to fucking Joe Alt.
I would. I absolutely would.
I hate you. Anyway, let's talk about Denver. Let's talk about Denver and Houston. This was a defense. Like, if you love defense, go back and watch the film. These defenses fucking win at it.
If you love quarterback sliding and getting popped, you love this game too.
That too.
How that guy didn't get kicked out, just based on everything I've seen the last 10 years of NFL football. I mean, I felt like Houston was going to win this game before that happened. I really do. And then Davis Mills came in and just was a masterclass of crap.
Once upon a time, people had faith in Davis Mills, but that quickly ended. But look, Broncos get the dub, 18-15. It was an ugly win, but they got the job done, and that's all you can really do with games like this when you're facing, if not the best defense in the league, with Houston. That's how good they are. What'd you think of the Broncos, Max?
I want to say that someone a Broncos fan, I'm a little worried about the offense. It still looked really famine-y, I guess would be the word.
I don't know.
No, shut up. No. You have Sean Payton, you have Bo Nix, you have these playmakers. I understand it's a good defense. It just can't look that bad. Like we had like 250 total yards of offense. I want to say that because he's Sean Payton, dude. Let's not pretend like Sean Payton's this defensive mastermind coach.
I mean, they drew up some good plays, though. Like those 2 touchdowns that they scored. They got R.J. Harvey open. Cortland Sutton broke loose.
Okay, so the rest of the game, we can't call anything creative or good. And I will say this. I thought Bo Nix got, what's the word, like panicky. He was like, I'm getting out of the pocket like crazy. I mean, they were coming after him. Houston's defense played an amazing game. I will give them credit. The Broncos defense, amazing game, especially without Patrick Surtain.
Yeah.
I'm just still a little worried about the offense. I mean, I'm a Philly fan. I've lived through bad offense this whole year. I don't see how you're not just a little bit concerned with the offense. They'd be like, no, it doesn't matter. It's how it looks. It's not just about we won the game. Their offense did not look good, except for a handful of plays. I understand they won. You cannot tell me, Juan, you were excited about that offense.
No, but with the circumstances that they were going through, I'm just going
to... What?
They're playing the best defense in the league.
I don't care. It ain't the 85 fucking Bears. You can still move
They're not the 85
Bears,
but they're pretty good.
No, they are very good. I agree with you. But you don't have to look like dog shit. You cannot look that... you cannot be a serious contender and look that bad. You cannot.
Through some parts of the game, they did, but... Who did they play next? Let me see.
The Broncos?
Yeah. Oh, they play the Raiders.
So
if they struggle.
Oh
yeah.
I'm saying, what if they struggle against y'all? You'd be like, it's the Raiders. Max Crosby's still there. Devin White just socking people in the head for no reason.
If they struggle, it's going to be one of those things where you're absolutely right. Sean Payton needs to do more, but I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass just because it's Houston. I get that they're feast or famine. A lot of the times this year, they have been like that. That's why they've caught themselves down in games where the fourth quarter, they go absolutely nuts. So,
and I just want to say, Bo Nix has not looked as good in year 2. Like, I feel like teams have kind of figured out his tendencies. and they're kind of exposing him.
You can play RJ
still
Harvey
made some
more.
good plays
That's
at the end
my
of the game. Not going to take it away from him. He made a really good scramble.
He did. Let's talk about Atlanta and New England. Atlanta falls to 3-5. They missed the extra point, Max. Drake London went absolutely nuts.
No. Atlanta do something stupid and lose like that? Not them. Not a well-coached team like them.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. Look, the Patriots are really good. I'm going to say that. They held Bijan to 46 yards rushing today. That just goes. They haven't let up a 50-yard rusher this year. That's how good the run defense has been in New England. Do you know that?
Wow, I did not know that. I have a quick question about this game for you. Did you have an eye on this game in the morning?
Yes.
Did Drake May's fumble before half absolutely turn this game on its head?
Yes, because it looked like New England was going to come out and dominate, and that really did change.
I agree.
Yeah, it changed everything for this game. But I feel like when you're New England, you win and when you could, bro. 7-2. I mean, you take this dub. You're at home.
Absolutely.
The Falcons came out. They almost pressed the issue. You take it. They blundered it. You take it.
How good do you think Michael Penix was today?
He was okay. I think against
he had a 89.6 QBR, which is, again, I don't understand how that. I understand what it is, but to say like it was that great of a game as the number would indicate, I didn't think that.
I think
he played well.
When they're forced to pass the ball like that, he passed the ball 37 times. The run game wasn't going, and he did his job as far as like getting the ball to Drake London, getting the ball to Bijan. Like I thought Kyle Pitts made some big plays in this game. It's just stupid stuff. Stupid stuff keeps on happening to Atlanta. And I feel like stupid stuff like that, when it happens, it's a coaching issue. I know, like, hey, the kicker just has to make the kick. I get that. But I do feel like the team, after they missed that kick, they knew it was over. They're like, here we go again. Here we can't get it right.
They had 6 sacks on Drake May. They were getting after him. They put him under a lot of pressure.
Their team is good. They have a really good team.
I agree. But what's the issue? I mean, I don't want to keep pointing the finger at Raheem Morris, but at some point we have to address, like, to be 3-5 at this point is really underwhelming.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't think Michael Penix has played that poorly where he's the reason why they're 3-5.
No.
I don't think their defense has played that poorly why they're 3-5. But it's just, you keep getting all these bad little breaks, and it's troublesome. It's troublesome.
And they're such a weird team. You would expect them to be like, oh, they're on the road. They've been terrible on the road. They're going to get their ass kicked. And then they come out. They really were, though. Compete.
That fumble changed the game. It literally shocked the Patriots for like a quarter and a half.
Yeah. Let's talk about the NFC North, Max. So
yeah, big day today.
Yeah, very big day. Let's start off with the Vikings in Detroit. So the Vikings come in there. I seen some crazy stuff about this game earlier in the week, talking about the Detroit Lions were going to annihilate them. JJ McCarthy's a bust. He is terrible. I wouldn't say JJ played amazing. It's kind of crazy. I seen this thing on Twitter or whatever they call it now. He has the same exact stat line that he had against Chicago. 14 for 25, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a touchdown on the ground. Exactly the same stat line.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I don't know. Maybe next week do that again. See if
it works.
That's the magic number.
It worked, didn't it?
Yeah.
4-4. Minnesota gets a huge win. And I think
they couldn't lose this game.
This win could not lose this game. This win does more than in the win column because it gives them confidence in their quarterback that they can win with him. Never underestimate Kevin O'Connell. That's what I got to say to people. Never underestimate Kevin O'Connell. He had a great game plan going into today's game against that Lions defense. JJ McCarthy was getting beat and battered. It was looking bad at times, but they got the job done, bro. Like,
I thought he played well. Like, not like amazing, not like fantastic, but for the circumstances around it, like, coming back from injury against a good defense, I thought he played well. The Vikings play Baltimore next week, then Chicago, then Green Bay, then Seattle. This was a must-win game.
Yes. They threw the kitchen sink.
I don't want to get like two ahead of myself, but the next three are pretty much you got to win these games. You can't just go 0-3 in this stretch and expect to do anything.
Yeah.
For the Lions, it was a really tough game. I wanted to say this. I thought the Lions were out physical by the Vikings defense. They were kind of getting their butts kicked, a hair too aggressive. Amon-Ra St. Brown got hurt. I'm not sure how badly. They can't afford to lose him. I'm not worried about the Vikings one. We know they're going to be there towards the end of the year unless they collapse, and I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And as far as my take on the Lions, you got to get Jahmyr Gibbs the ball more. Like I think giving him the ball only like a certain amount of touches. Maybe I'm biased. I have him in 2 fantasy leagues, but I truly believe, like, you know how much you love Jahmyr Gibbs. You're one of the biggest Gibbs guys. Yeah. You need to give him the ball more than he did. There's no reason why David Montgomery should have more carries than Jahmyr Gibbs in a game. It's just not. It's not acceptable. Not acceptable, bro.
I think they went into this game knowing how physical it was going to be, and maybe that's why they leaned on Montgomery. I just think
Gibbs but like so last time
he's just so electric when you get the ball. He can make a touchdown happen.
Gibbs is physical too. I know he's not as physical as David Montgomery, but like he has some physicality to him.
I'm agreeing. I'm saying you got to get him the ball more because, like, he's a touchdown waiting to have. He's one play touchdown. Not a lot of guys are.
Yeah, got to get the ball to Gibbs more. Okay, let's go to because both of these.
Green Bay. I want to tell you about their frauds. They're fraudulent.
Okay, let's go to Green Bay. So they lose to Carolina, 16-13. They possibly lost Tucker Kraft for the year, torn ACL. It's looking like so huge loss for the Green Bay Packers. Bryce Young wins this game, 11 for 20, 102 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, with a QBR of 47.4, and they get the dub. Rico Dowdle. Sorry, I was not familiar with your game because every time this guy gets an opportunity, he is just going absolutely fucking nuclear, bro. What the fuck is going on with Rico, bro?
Okay, Uncle Rico. The Panthers are sit at 5-4. It's looking nice. What is wrong with Green Bay? How the hell did they lose this game? They ran the ball effectively. They passed the ball effectively. I know he threw a pick. They only had 1 sack. What the hell? I'm sorry, Green Bay. Your defense is too talented to give up to get gashed by Rico Dowdle. It's too talented.
Yeah. They're such a.
They didn't turn the ball over really. They had one fumble, just like the Carolina Panthers did. Like same turnover. They didn't have like 4 turnovers.
Yeah,
it's like they get to the red zone and they're like, we don't know what to do.
Yeah,
what do we do?
They're such a weird team to get a hold of because they're probably gonna like annihilate their opponent next week. Like who do they play? Oh, they play Philly. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Monday night.
Well, we'll see what happens there. But like, would you be shocked if they kicked the Eagles' ass? I wouldn't, because that's the kind of team that they are. I wouldn't be shocked. I can't get a grab.
Hold on. Whose ass have they kicked all year other than Week 1 Detroit? Tell me.
That's about it.
Yeah. That's not a scary team. They're 5-2-1. They should be 5-3. They should have lost to Dallas.
Yeah.
I know they made this huge move and to get Micah Parsons and to have the struggles they've had. I know it's both sides of the ball. It's just strange. It's just very scary team.
For them to have the 2 losses on their record and it's against Cleveland and Carolina, it's just weird. It's weird to have.
The tie with Dallas was weird.
Right. Yeah.
One more thing. I know they don't have Jaden Reed. Losing Tucker Kraft's going to hurt. There's still a lot of talent on this team. Yeah. They should not be struggling like this.
Yeah, 100%. So, panic alert for the Packers. What is it? 1 to 10?
7? 6. I think 6. 6.5.
I was expecting you to go a little bit higher the way you were talking about them. You just think they're fraudulent.
I just think they're a little fraudulent right now. Like, this is a team after Week 1, we've all been like, holy crap, this is the best team in football.
Right.
What's the meter at for you? Oh, it's like a 3. It's Matt LaFleur.
I would say it's like a 5 or 6, just because like they're just a weird fucking team, bro. Like,
yeah, I'm saying like some of their wins, you're not like, wow, what a win. Like,
yeah, it's really just Detroit.
Cincinnati, we're living 27-18.
Yeah, we're living
off the Cardinals. You almost lost to the Cardinals.
We're living off those 2 wins in the beginning. I think a lot of people just keep on remembering
That's
those.
What I'm saying.
And I think that whole Sunday Night Football thing with Jordan Love getting those, what was it, like 15 straight completions or something crazy like that? Like
I kind of feel like losing to Dallas effed with them. Not losing, but just not going in there and winning. Like it kind of took some of their swagger.
maybe.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's weird. The Packers are a weird team, I feel like. Just because they have so much talent. That's why I say, like, I wouldn't be surprised if they, like, blow out any team. That's why. I know they haven't proved it, but they do have a lot of talent. They have a great quarterback. Like, Josh Jacobs is still pretty good. They have a bunch of receivers. Like, maybe it's too many mouths to feed.
Their O-line's not trash.
Yeah, like, they're really good. They're really solid. So, like, it's just weird how they struggle. Let's talk about Chicago and Cincinnati. This was a weird game. This
Game
was
of the day?
Yeah, this was the game of the day. 47-42. A game that involved Caleb Williams catching a touchdown pass, involved Caleb Williams getting in space. Get your best playmaker in space, your best athlete in space, and a screen for a wide receiver screen.
For a game that it had 31 points scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Look, Bengal fans, it's over. Cut it. It's over this year. Joe Burrow, don't even come back.
I'm going to say this. It's one of the worst.
Lou Amaruno, take a bow. Wasn't you, bro. Was not Lou Amaruno. That's it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was singing Lou praises for years. I'm just going to say that. I'm glad
that
it wasn't his fault.
You were. I'm saying, but last year, what'd they do? One?
Yeah, they blamed it all on him.
We got to get rid of him.
Yeah, it was all Lou. Look, this team is done not only for the record 3-6. Just a red flag when you hear how the offensive players talk about their defense. Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, literally said after, just get a stop. Get a effing stop. That's all we're asking for. The game was over. Get a stop. That's how I feel about it. You're done. The team is divided. I truly think the offense hates the defense.
So is it time then to discuss Zach Taylor? Is it time for, like you always say, if you got an offensive coach, you have a good offense. Joe Flacco threw for 500 yards today, basically 470 yards. I'm really not sure what to do with Cincinnati. I mean, they tried to draft Shamar Stewart, and they drafted him. They had the whole rookie thing. He hasn't really panned out.
He's terrible. He's been absolutely trash, Shamar Stewart, just to put it that way. A non-factor.
I didn't want to go that far. And I want to say one more thing. Hey, Bengal fans, you gave up 283 rushing yards. You shouldn't even have been in this effing game. Like, you really shouldn't have been. They gave up 300 yards of, passing. What is going on? It's just everywhere. That's not just the DC. That's the players, not buying in. That's everyone on defense needs to be, pretty much gone.
Yeah. And look, I agree with you. I think they should fire Zach Taylor.
Well, hold on. I don't want to say I'm saying that. I'm just saying we got to have a discussion at some point.
I think he should. I think last week was his fault, doing some really stupid game management stuff. And I think he's just not the guy.
Damn, they just made Justin Fields look amazing. They made Caleb Williams look amazing.
Dude.
I mean, Caleb was a gritty game, but if you're a Bears fan, you're happy you won, but you're also that was really close.
I mean, come on, bro. The way that they won was kind of nuts. Colston Loveland.
I agree, but I'm just saying, once that high wears off, you're also Bengals should have won that game.
They should have won last week.
I know, but I'm saying from the Bears' perspective, you're I don't think the Bears are really that good of a team. The defense got shredded today.
Yeah,
by Joe Flacco.
Look, I think. Is it going to happen? I don't think it's ever going to happen. I think the fact that Zach Taylor has the Bengals at least entertaining at the bare minimum. And
Mike Brown's I can sell entertaining.
Right, exactly. That. And then the fact that when they have Joe Burrow, they're a playoff team minimum every single year. He's not going to get fired because of that. The Cincinnati Bengals are an organization, if you guys don't know. They're very mom and pops ran. They're very traditional. They don't fire coaches. it took him forever to fire a guy in, I'm forgetting his name
Marvin
already.
Lewis.
Marvin Lewis. They had Marvin Lewis for years. Multiple like playoff disappointments, number 1 seed, losing in the first round. Like this owner is perfectly fine with where they're at. He rather them not be the laughing stock of the league, and that's the bare minimum, and it's never gonna happen. Now,
Thank God Cleveland's still around, huh?
right? But he should get fired. I would fire Zach Taylor. I don't think Zach Taylor is the right man for the job. Point blank.
I'm not sure if I'm not ready to say that. I'm not ready to like commit to doing that. I just want to say one more thing, just for the Bears, because we talked about the Bengals a lot more. Bears, this isn't looking great. I understand you've won this game. It's got to look better if you're going to actually make the playoffs. Like, you can't struggle this bad with the team. And I know they had the game under control, and then they, had the onside kick, and they made a turnover, and blah blah blah. I mean, I'm guessing one, take away the craziness of the game. You're not like blown away with the Bears' performance.
No, but I tell you this, like, they definitely don't win this game last year. At the end of the day, they're
the
5-3
out on them.
They're 5-3, and
I don't care. I'm sorry. I know the record matters a little bit, but we also got to consider how they look. Caleb Williams still, as he made an amazing play. Are you still like, that was the moment where I started to believe? You're also like, I don't know, right? You still are. I know you. You're not like that. That convinced me. That last drive convinced me.
No, I wouldn't say it convinced me, but I think I'm kind of like figuring out what Caleb is. I just think me and you keep on trying to like wait for this number 1 pick, this wow moment when we're like, hey, this is the guy, bona fide. This is the dude, the number 1 pick that we're all waiting for. I don't think he's ever gonna be that, and I think I'm kind of content already with him being this just average to good
Fun
quarterback. Like, he's just an average to good quarterback. I think Ben Johnson is really helping the kid out. I don't think he played terrible. And
no, I don't think that either. I'm just saying, once that's like I said, I'm just waiting for the stretch of games like where it's like, damn, he's just balling.
right,
Like,
I don't think we're ever gonna get it. I don't think so. I think it's where he's falling victim of that higher expectation, and it happens. It happens. But I'm just gonna say this: we talked about it in the draft process. Like, it's either gonna be low of the lows, complete bust, or he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. And I think it's safe to say I think he's just gonna be right in the middle. And it does it hurt that Drake May is balling and low key surpassing him on a obvious like reasons, and then you got Jaden Daniels who's hurt, missing the season, and we still consider him better. Does that play a part? Yes, most definitely.
like I said, if I told you last year through 1 season and 8 weeks, you got the 4th best quarterback, and you're the Bears, you're like, what? No way. That's not possible.
Right. Yeah.
But that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. It's tough, man. But I think I'm pretty sold that Caleb Williams is gonna be this guy that he's not gonna be a top 5 quarterback in the league. I'm not saying that he's trash by any sort of the imagination, bro. He's not trash. I just think he's gonna be a game manager plus at best for his whole career. And
Crazy.
yeah, and that's what it is. He's gonna have. I'm gonna tell you this: if he can just get a year where like the Bears have like a crazy roster, like a great situation, like if he falls into like a situation. Nah, I wouldn't say that. I think that's a little bit too much praise because I think Jared Goff is really good. I think Jared Goff is a lot better than him. I would say a Sam Darnold situation where you have a great defense. You got a guy like JSN that's dominating. Like everything is falling into place. Yeah, like I think that's when you see Caleb Williams. But as far as being this carrier, elite guy, I think we would have seen it by now. Yeah. We would have seen it.
No, I agree with you. Okay. Yeah. Where to next? What's left?
Okay. What's left is the Raiders are left. Okay.
Let's skip it.
So the Raiders lose in OT. Not surprised. I'm not surprised at this point. Geno Smith, 4 touchdowns.
Balled out.
Can't run the ball. 13 carries for 42 yards for Ashton Genty. Brock Bowers. If you guys haven't seen our video of Brock Bowers, you know that me and Max are big fans of him, and I'm still a big fan. And I think he brought wonders to this offense. That's how much of an impact player that Brock Bowers is. But it's just tough, the same way that the Bears are finding ways to win games and they're 5-3. The Raiders are the complete opposite. They find ways to lose games. That's just the fact of the matter.
Hold on. Let me get the. Were you happy they went for it?
Yeah, and I mean, the fuck else are you gonna do? Your defense is gonna get a stop?
Yeah, I agree. It's just it sucks to see Max Crosby just like dominating and just can't do nothing.
Yeah. One thing
what
on
about
the Jags.
Yeah, no, go to the Jaguars side.
I'm not sold on the Jags. I think the Jags.
This is what I'm talking about. Like the same thing with the Bears. It's like you can't have this performance against the Raiders and be like, oh yeah, we're ecstatic.
Yeah, I think they should have dominated the Raiders. Look, they got the win. They're 5-3. They're still in it. They have a slight chance of catching the Colts all of a sudden because the Colts lost today. So they're one game behind, I believe.
And they play them twice.
Yeah, I know. I think they play them one. I think they already.
No, they play them twice.
Have they not played them?
They have not played them.
Okay,
I'm almost positive. I just was looking at the Colts schedule. I got it right here.
No, you're right. Yeah, they play the Colts twice still. So yeah, they definitely can catch them. So the division's not over. But I'm not a big believer in the Jags right now. I'm not sold.
They could have used Travis Hunter. Both sides.
I think that's more of what I want to talk about. We'll use the last minutes of this pod to talk about.
Sorry, Laker corner. It's Travis Hunter corner this week.
Yeah, let's go Travis Hunter corner. So if you guys don't know, Travis Hunter out for at least 4 games. He's on injured reserve. He hurt his knee, his leg, whatever.
They're gonna go test it on Monday again, which a little worrisome. A lot of mysteriousness around this injury.
So I'm going to say this, throwing the season aside, as far as what the Jaguars are doing as a whole. Okay, I just want to talk about what the whole Travis Hunter situation is looking like. So just a little context here. The reason why I wanted to bring this up, I was in the process of making a video about Travis Hunter, and I thought he was going to break out. I thought this was a prime spot for him against the Raiders. He just had a big game before the bye week. Like I thought he was going to really get involved. Brian Thomas has been banged up. He's hurt again. So disaster season for Brian Thomas. But the fact of the matter is we need to have a conversation about this because I see a lot of talks multiple places where they're calling Travis Hunter a bust. They're calling.
What are those places?
For instance, like a lot of, I think like The Ringer, some podcasts on The Ringer calling him like the Wan'Dale Robinson of the NFL, like an expensive Wan'Dale Robinson. Like I just find it crazy. I just find it disrespectful. A lot of people are like throwing in the towel. I think part of it is because people don't watch defensive players. Everyone lives in fantasy football land. So he's been a complete bust in fantasy football terms if you drafted him because he doesn't play all that much on offense the whole year. But on defense, he has been a really, really good player for them. And he has shown that he can be a very good corner in the league. I wouldn't say elite, a really good corner.
So I guess my question, where are you trying to lead me? Like, what are you just pushing back at the narrative he's a bust, or
do you think the Jags made a mistake in 1, taking him, 2, giving up the compensation for Travis Hunter?
I guess that question's tricky because what we've gotten so far would indicate no, it wasn't worth it, Juan, right? What I think about is like guys like Shohei Ohtani, and why I bring him up, not just to bring up the fact Dodgers won the World Series, shout out to them. What you have to think about is like when Ohtani got here, right, Juan? I know you're not like the biggest, most avid fan of baseball. When he got here, they go to spring training and he struggled mightily, right? Like that first 3 weeks, like it was a big adjustment period. And then when he got to the end and when he got like the regular season started, he just started off like, slow start. And then he just took off. I think that's what we were kind of at with like Travis Hunter. Like that's why you're going to do the breakout. It was like the Jags are, what they're attempting to do hasn't been done, right? No, like Deion Sanders, this was not your plan. This plan was not for you to be in both places at one time. Like you were just a defensive back, and then we're like, hey, we'll have some offensive plays for you. It wasn't like, no, you're playing both ways. So they're trying to do something that's never been accomplished in the NFL. No teams had to deal with this. Second, you're a rookie. The learning curve one is not the easiest. I know for receivers, we see all these guys just come in and dominate. I understand that. Still not easy. You still have to adjust, right? Third, for what the Jaguars are planning, like you saw it was like the worst version of what I wanted it to be. It was like not enough of either. As like we talked about, we want a lot of offense and a little defense, or a lot of defense and a little offense. And it was like, well, how about a little bit of each? At some point, I were hoping you were going to take the training wheels off. So to make it worth it, I think when these guys come around, in my philosophy is, yes, it is worth it to get these guys, because if they hit, they can be so special. Nothing else could really compare to Travis Hunter. If he works out, and again, it's ifs, and I always am critical people that say if, but I'm saying when you draft, it's always an if, right? Like when you draft a player at any position, it's an if until that guy plays, right?
Yeah.
So using that, like using our knowledge of Travis Hunter, the human being, the film we saw, if he hits and if he can play both sides of the ball like we think he can, there's no player like that. That's an MVP. So it's worth it to do it. These guys don't come around often. I applaud the aggressiveness, and I have not agreed with the groundwork they've laid. But you also have to give them a grain of salt. Like, hey, it's only 8 weeks. Like we're trying to do something really funky here. Like he is not a bust. He's been a good receiver and a good defensive back. How many NFL players can say that about themselves? Hey, I'm a good at two positions. Nobody.
Yeah. I would say this. I agree with you as far as him not being a bust. Of course, I don't think that. I think I underestimated how much of a transition it would be, and I don't
But the
think
Jaguars have been ultra conservative with
Yeah,
him
I
as
think they've
well.
been too conservative, honestly, because
No, I agree.
the
But
way
it's
that
like
I
we
would
don't
have
know
approached it.
that. Exactly. We don't know how if you told me, hey, we're only gonna play him 20% of both, we'd be like, well, don't draft him that high. What's the point?
Yeah.
So I continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, like I just feel like I would have played him a lot more at receiver, because that's the way I'm leaning. Like, to me, I feel like he has more of an impact right now playing wide receiver than he is playing defense. But it's kind of like the situation that Jacksonville's in. They don't, like, Brian Thomas has been very much disappointing this year, to say the least. Their offense has been very hit or miss, and their defense didn't really need Travis Hunter. But you need to pick one or the other,
But
in my
but
opinion.
hold on. But today it's like, damn, we needed him. We needed him in every way we could have used him today.
Yeah,
We needed him on defense.
100%.
We know on offense. So those games he misses, you're like, damn. You're not just so you're losing two starters, losing two players.
And I would say this, until we see him flourish on one of the sides of the ball, I think for now, I'm leaning towards not him being a bust, but I do think they gave up a little bit too much. Now, that is yet to be seen. It's very early, but that book is definitely not completely closed. I'm just saying, like, the Cleveland hit on a lot of their picks already. Time will tell with the other picks that they got, but as far as him,
Cleveland.
Yeah, it is Cleveland, but
as long as it's not a quarterback.
I really feel for Travis Hunter, because I really do feel like this was the week upcoming to really unleash him on offense, and he's not going to get the opportunity to do it until another 4 weeks at least. And I just hope that his rookie season is not completely derailed by this injury, because it does sound a little bit weird. But we'll have to wait and see. And there's a lot of pressure on a kid like him that had a lot of high expectations, and we will have to see. I'm just very interested to see how they use him going forward.
With higher expectations to come out of the draft?
Caleb Williams. I mean, a lot of the quarterbacks, I would say.
I don't know, Juan. That we're expecting them to be great quarterbacks. I think a lot of people, us included, expect him to be great at both.
I don't think so. I think a lot of people were not expecting him to play both sides. I think a lot of teams were like, I think a lot of fans were like, well, he's gonna play receiver full time. They'll sprinkle him in on defense, and then all of a sudden, week 1 came in, was like, what the fuck? Like, this dude's playing more defense than offense. What is going on?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
It's a tough situation.
I hope he's healthy, and I'm really curious to see not only how he plays when he comes back, how they use him.
Yeah,
will be
I think they should do it.
Now, I feel like this year it's going to be like, oh, we're going to be really conservative coming back from an injury.
Yeah.
It was a non-contact injury. Really weird.
Yeah. If I'm them, I would do it. I think they need to take the training wheels off.
Against the Chargers, 67 snaps on offense out of 77. That's...
Yeah. No, I get you. I think they need to try it, though. But like you said, maybe they're in the middle of the experiment. So we'll see how it goes. On the other side, congratulations to the Dodgers. Max, I want to get your opinion on this. I forgot to text you about this. Is that the greatest World Series of all time?
My lifetime, I would say.
It was pretty entertaining. From a non-baseball fan, that shit was fucking wild.
So you watched the game?
Yeah.
You watched the game?
Yeah.
Wow. What'd you think? I'm curious to know what you thought.
One, that dude Rojas, unsung hero. I thought he made an amazing play. He seems like a guy
that's the beauty of baseball. And I don't think that really happens in other sports to the degree it happens in baseball. I get David Tyree had the helmet catch. Yeah. You know, there's been some NBA players but that's like a consistent thing in baseball. Yeah. Where like that guy has that play.
And then Yamamoto, bro, bases loaded and you get out of that pinch. He's a machine, bro. That fool's a beast. Like, he was the best. Yeah. He deserved MVP. All the games that I watched that he played in, almost flawless, bro. Almost flawless. Like, and I'm going to say this. The Blue Jays, I felt like they just weren't far off, bro. Like, they were making just as many. Like, I just felt like it was the most entertaining series of baseball I have ever watched. Ever. I haven't watched many, but it just felt like I'm seeing some of the greatest baseball games ever. Like, that's how I felt.
Yeah, no, I'm literally going through the Rolodex of my like World Series that I've watched, and I think I'm a pretty avid baseball fan. I know we don't really talk about it much, but like I'm pretty deep into the weeds about a lot of baseball players. World Series I would compare it to or when the Kansas City Royals played the Giants. It was 7 games. Like game 7 literally ended one with the Royals down by 1. They hit a triple with 2 outs in the 9th, and then they got Madison Bumgarner kind of pulled Yamamoto and came in. Like, he pitched game 6, then he came in for 5 innings of relief the next day, which was insane.
Yeah.
The Rangers and Cardinals is another one. That one went to 7 games. Astros and
I would say this though.
Nationals.
The
star power of this World Series was like ridiculous. There's so many stars.
And this one had, you got to throw in that 18 inning shit. Like that one, that one's an all timer alone.
Correct. My wife doesn't. Every time I watch a sporting event with my wife, it ends up like triple overtime or double. I'm not even kidding. Like, we probably watched 6 Laker games together in our life, and 5 of them went to double OT. And she's like, "Is this common?" I'm like, "Never happens. Doesn't happen." This is like her third baseball game, and it's like another marathon.
Yeah.
Ohtani's a freak of nature.
Yes.
Yamamoto stole the show of the World Series. Vlad Guerrero's really good.
Shout out Will Smith.
I want to say this to all the baseball fans, casuals, diehards. Talked about how the Dodgers are just going to steamroll everybody. Not the case. They should have lost this World Series. They really should have.
That's how I felt. I felt like the Blue Jays were the better team.
I really don't think a baseball team, and especially in today's baseball, can be like the Warriors with KD, where they just steamroll everybody. I think baseball as a game doesn't lend itself for that.
So do you think that they ruined baseball? Because I've seen a lot of that.
No, what the hell? They ruined baseball. They've won 2 World Series. They've won 2. The Rangers won 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Coming from a casual baseball guy and seeing all the stuff like I see on TikTok, like my TikTok is full of like Dodgers stuff right now because I've been watching the World Series. So I've been seeing a lot of people talk about it. I don't think this is anywhere close to the Golden State Warriors, and I know basketball.
No, it's not. Not even
Like the Warriors
they
were
barely won their
steamrolling.
division. And I mean, there's a lot of injuries on the team. But when you saw plenty of players on the Dodgers who were pretty much non-productive players, not like, damn, that guy's an all-star, that guy's an all-star.
And I never felt like a team when the Warriors were in their prime had
no one stood a chance.
No one had the Warriors on the ropes like how the Dodgers were on the ropes by the Blue Jays.
Never.
Like the Blue Jays were like in that shit. Like the fact that they won 2 games in a row, bro, after that 18 inning shit. Come on.
That was a big bounce back.
Come on, bro.
I would have said if we were podcasting, winner of that game, it's really gonna we're gonna see if the Blue Jays are either gonna just wilt and die,
right,
or they're gonna just like not give an F and be like, there's no pressure. That's what teams don't really get. People don't get is like there's the pressure on the Dodgers is ridiculous. Like they have to win. Like anything that's not a World Series is a failure.
Yeah.
There's only one other franchise like that. It's the Yankees. But the Yankees, there's a big gap too. And I think with the injuries to pitching in baseball, which they need to address, it's hard to run away because, dude, the Dodgers have so many players on. Like, I could literally be like, they have like 6 all-star players on the bench. They're just hurt for pitching.
Yeah. Nuts.
I love that you're into baseball. You should watch it more. It's really a good game.
I enjoy when it's the World Series and they're playing like that. That's entertaining.
Just watch on a regular day. It's a great game.
I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm good watching the regular season. I don't think a lot of diehard baseball fans watch the regular season like that.
You're tripping, but nice.
How many games have you watched the baseball during the season? Maybe 40?
This year? No. I watched pretty much every Rangers game. I watched a lot of the Dodgers. I don't watch a ton of other teams, but like what I'll do is right before bed, I'll watch like every team's like 10-minute highlight on YouTube. I'll watch every one they have for the day.
Yeah, it's kind of like basketball now. A lot of people do that.
Yeah, but I probably watched maybe close to like, I would say 300 baseball games this year.
Yeah. So almost Laker corner. We turned it into Dodger corner. Just respect to the Dodgers. Yeah, shout out to the Dodgers. Shout out to anyone that's going to the parade tomorrow.
It's tomorrow?
It's tomorrow, man. My brother-in-law was trying to get some tickets, bro, and he failed. Couldn't get them.
Good. Going to a parade is the stupidest thing I can imagine.
Why?
Who wants to sit outside with a bunch of fucking people you don't know?
They have it at the stadium, Max.
You don't care. Dodger Stadium sucks. Ass. Whoever's been there, it sucks. Shithole. Don't
Ice Cube performed last year, bro.
One way in, one way out in LA. What a fucking idea.
I heard Kendrick's gonna be performing at the
fake Dodger fan. Next. At least Drake goes to the games.
Oh my god. The Blue Jays deserve to lose based off that. They're fucking Drake supports them. Get the fuck out of here.
Drake anyway, the Dodgers.
Anyway, shout out to anyone that goes to the parade, bro. I would love to do a parade. I like it. I'm on the opposite end. I think Max is tripping. I think he's being a little.
It's not gonna get there for
I think Max is showing his little female right now. It's too hot. I don't want to deal with the traffic. Come on. You sound like a female right now. Do that shit. Sacrifice, bro. Sacrifice and go celebrate.
I literally sacrificed
Grease
all
the
my
poles.
Time.
Grease the poles.
Pause. I literally sacrificed hours of my life to scream at my TV for my team. That's my sacrifice.
Man, Philadelphia
and I do the show
fans
with
will be ashamed to even have you with the team, man.
Yeah.
They want you to
shout out to the Raider fan we saw. Shout out
to
the Raider fan we saw in the wild that didn't know who Amari Cooper was when they drafted him. Shout out to that guy. Thanks, casuals. Still, all those people go to the fucking parades.
Yeah, you're probably right. But shout out to anyone that's going to the parade. Shout out to the Dodgers.
Oh my god! Imagine all those people put out the Dodger flag for like the postseason only.
Oh man! But that's gonna do it for now. All right. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like the video. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. Max, any last words?
No. See you next week.
We out. Peace.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold, both ways. Not on my team. This organic, we don't